please welcome to our studio, Mr. Rob Zombie. Hey. Morning, Rob. Thanks for being here, man. Good morning. So The Lords of Salem is your current project that you're promoting. It's going to be in theaters April 26th.
Actually, now it's April 19th. We moved it up.
Bumping it up a little bit.
I don't know why, but we did.
Okay.
I love this. It looks great. I'm a huge fan of your directing and your storytelling, and this looks terrific. Where does this project fall? Was this something you had been planning to for a long time, and then it ended up after the Halloween movies, or what's the etymology of this?
It was an idea I had about 6 years ago. I mean, sometimes you just come up with ideas, you write them down, you don't know if it'll ever be a movie, or maybe it'll be a comic book, or maybe it'll be nothing.
Right.
So I had started writing it and just filed it away, forgot all about it, and then about 2 years ago, some producers came to me, the guys who did the Paranormal Activity movies, and they were like, "Oh, we want to make these movies, and do you have any ideas? We want to get into it real quick." And I forgot all about it actually, and a friend of mine who does the effects for the movie reminded me of it, and I just said, "Oh yeah, I got this idea." They're like, "Let's do it." It's as simple. It's not always as simple as that, but this one was as simple.
Well, if you forgot all about it, do you have a bunch of stuff in the drawer that you kind of?
Yeah, no, I do all the time. I write stuff, and I'll go back and find it and go, "Oh yeah, that was a good idea. I forgot all about that."
Because you said you do comic book stuff as well. I mean, I assume there could be a synthesis of both at some point, right? I mean, you did with the animated film, right?
Yeah. I mean, to me, the key is to get it out of the idea stage, because it's easy to go, I have this idea, but get it to be something concrete, either a song or a comic or graphic novel or anything, because the other way it just kind of disappears.
It goes away.
It's not, it's never real.
That's all I have are ideas, but unfortunately, I don't have a.
It's hard to cash a check on an idea.
Yeah, exactly, right?
They won't extend your credit off of that.
Yeah.
Okay, explain the plot conceit, because I think it's very cool, the idea behind it.
Well, I mean, it takes place in Salem, Massachusetts. It's not really about the Salem witch trials. I mean, that's sort of a backdrop. But what I really did was took the idea of the Salem witch trials, which was, essentially 20 innocent people executed as witches, and played with the idea that, well, maybe there was another group that was also put to death who were actually witches. And that's sort of what it's about.
And that's very cool. Okay. Very cool.
And your wife has a starring role in this?
Yes, she's in it. And a bunch of other films.
And I'm curious if someone who's in the genre and has been a fan of the genre before you got into it, as long as you have, do you still allow yourself to get scared? Will something scare you?
Not really, no. I mean, I that's unfortunate in a way. I mean, I don't really, last time I remember really being scared by a movie was like 1975 when I saw Jaws, when you're a kid, you're like, it might as well be real. You're still traumatized by it, actually.
Yeah. I think you can do it. And people ask me about that, and because I'm psycho for horror movies, but you can appreciate great craftsmanship when it's
it doesn't mean that I don't think the movie's good.
Oh yeah,
it didn't scare me. I don't expect it to. I can watch you go, wow, that was phenomenal.
Yeah.
But it's like anything else. Once you know too much about it, you ruin it for yourself.
All right. So then do you get turned on? Do you get is hockey that for you? You go to a game for the visceral effect? Like, this is the excitement?
Well, I think that's the thing. Why we were talking about that last night. Like, why do all hockey players want to be rock stars and rock stars want to be hockey? Because I think you get most excited about something that you really have no connection to.
Right. That's true.
So after I make Broad Street Bullies, I'll ruin hockey for myself.
No. Nice.
Well, you got to hang with some of the Broad Street Bullies, a couple of our favorites, Bernie Perrott and Bob Kelly last night. They're pieces of work, aren't they?
Well, what was really weird is, I've been writing this script and researching the movie for about a year. So it's as if I know them because I'm creating this life of them on screen without knowing them. So when you meet him, I was like, oh yeah, I never met this guy before. Yeah. I felt like I had because, I knew so much. I mean, I knew so much about them by researching it that it felt like I did know them.
Yeah.
And they kind of act like, Bernie's like hugging me and showing me pictures of his boat after 2 seconds. I wasn't even in the door yet.
The boat is all about the boat.
Oh, it was great though, but I knew that from just reading about him. So
you're not a female when you did that.
Yeah.
Did you get the invite? All over the chicks.
Oh yeah. Look. I'm like, oh, your boat. Yeah. Awesome.
Don't end up on that boat.
It's great.
Well, let me ask you, what angle of the story are you going to decide to tell? I mean, the winning of the championship, or is there another?
Well, I mean, really, to me,
I
I want to start with the formation of the team. Basically, from the second I heard about the project, I knew the way to start the movie and end the movie. Start the movie with the first parade when they introduced the team and nobody showed up.
Yeah.
And end the movie with the parade when they won the cup and 2 million people showed up, and sort of condense everything in between. Because to me, that's what's so amazing. It's not just that the bully side of it, but also just the after the expansion and how quickly the team became something so special.
So is it all documentary? Or are you going to do any casting of?
No, it's not a documentary.
No, it's not
at
a
all.
documentary.
That's what I thought. Yeah,
I thought it was a documentary.
No, yeah, no. I mean, at some point we got to figure out who's going to play these guys.
That's what I thought. Yeah. So
which they all had great suggestions for who to play each other.
When
What
casting,
did Bernie say?
Oh, let's hear this.
Dying to know.
Well, Bernie didn't
Brad
say for
Pitt?
himself, but he wanted Danny DeVito to play Bob Kelly. Or was it vice versa? I don't know. Somebody was really hooked on Danny DeVito.
Despite the intensity of your music and the visceral nature of your films and all that stuff, you're a pretty low key guy. Will you, or at least from our experiences with you, the times we've had you on the show, when you get a fanatical fan who's really hyped up, how do you handle that? I mean, is it?
I don't know. It's easy. I don't know. Hey,
what
dude,
security's
great,
for.
thanks. I don't know. I mean, everybody's always
Respectful.
nice.
Yeah.
I mean, if someone's not nice, I'll get into it. And I've gotten into fights with people in parking lots. I mean, I'm not gonna take someone's crap, punch them in the face.
Right, you
Everyone's
gotta do-
always
you gotta-
nice. I got I got to a fight at the Devil's game.
Really?
So did I.
Yeah, you did too, right?
They tore his hat up.
Yeah.
Why? What would you do?
This guy gets in my face talking about Jesus. I'm like, you're wearing a devil's jersey, douchebag.
What's the status of any music right now?
Well, I finished a record. It comes out in April.
Okay.
It comes out basically the same week as the movie.
Okay, so because people are taking different approaches now, where maybe it's a whole record or maybe it's just a song or two. But
No, it's
you're
a whole
going-
record.
Okay.
I want to put as much music out there for people to steal as possible. Nice.
Well, Lords of Salem is coming out on the 19th. You said April 19th,
Yes.
I believe. When do you have a ballpark time frame for the Broad Street Bullies film?
Hoping. I mean, I have touring dates I committed to, so I'm hoping next fall we'd start.
Oh, okay.
I mean, we're working
Get started.
now, but we wouldn't actually.
Tell me
start
the shooting is here and not in,
great.
We can't afford to shoot it. We're gonna have to go to Czechoslovakia and rebuild Philadelphia there.
Rob, good luck with everything, man, and thanks for coming by here. We
Thanks,
appreciate
man,
it. All
thanks.
right, Rob Zombie on the press. Go see the Lords of Salem, April 19th.